got diagnosed. PuppyKiva here. As you can tell, let me try that again. Wolfbark and diagnosed. PuppyKiva here, and as you can tell on the title screen and what's in front of you right now, we are back with Swooning Over Stance, a Grunkle dating sim. And last episode, we saw Mothman, and we caught a moth from Mothman. It was great. It was the time of my life. I was happy for once. Anyways, and today we're continuing. We have a pig to save, as Ford said before it ended the episode. Anyways, let's get back into the swing of things. It's 10:22 right now. However, I'm having a blast, and I'm so stubborn about keep playing this game. So here we are. Anyways, boop. Yeah, maybe your stay won't be too bad after all. Back inside the shack, the grand conclusion to your expeditions to the Mothman Caves is spritzing. My eye just twitched. Fuck. Is spritzing Mabel's pigs with the newly finished deterrent until the poor piglet reeks of lavender. You see Maple. Why do I keep wanting to say Maple? You see Mabel and Dipper head up to bed looking sleepier than usual as a result. Something about lavender is so soothing to the senses that you crash out fairly soon afterwards, face first on your makeshift bed. Oh my god! There's a love meter! Oh my god! Can you give me dating tips? You're good at this! Thanks, fam! I end up going for the people that I know, that I happen to be able to, I don't know. I'm good at this, says Mabel. You wake up to a loud crash downstairs. Not entirely uncommon in this house. You're quickly finding out, but still disconcerting. More clatter and thumps lead you to the kitchen, where Mabel teeters on a short step ladder in front of the pantry. Standing on her tiptoes, she reaches as high as she can for a small yellow box on the top shelf. Pancake mix. Without a word, you go to her side and pluck the box from the shelf for her, placing it into her outstretched hand. Oh, Amber, thank you! Grunkle Sam put it on the top shelf for some reason, but I need some Mabel Cakes. It's a breakfast emergency! Mabel waggles her free fingers in your face and you couldn't help but laugh. You can tell the house becomes more alive when this kid's around. Want to help me make them? We only need chocolate milk, coffee, pink food coloring, and a pot of gold to make this breakfast dream a breakfast reality. This sounds like we're gonna die, but let's go for it, kiddo. As delicious as it sounds, you're inclined to ask where the coffee comes into the mix when you realize the house is suspiciously quiet. Mabel, where is everybody? Oh, Crunkle Stan needed stuff for your car, so he went to the Mecky Techie stuff for that. I think Grunkle Ford's somewhere. Oh, hey! Oh yeah, it's just my voice. Hear that abominable bro man was trying to steal sofa from the camper, so he went to help them out. The kiddos. The iconic trio. The iconic duo. Yup, that's where he went. Totally knew that. So they left you guys to make breakfast on your own? You don't know the family well enough to know this is commonplace, so the idea of leaving two teenagers alone to fend for themselves seems fine, if one of the teenagers wasn't Mabel anyways. You still don't know how coffee fits into her Mabel Cakes, but now you don't really want to know. Dipper attempts to hide the pancake mix from Mabel while she's grabbing the chocolate milk from the fridge. Apparently, he doesn't want to find out either. Mabel, well, your Mabel Cake sounds absolutely divine. Why don't we... Quick, think of something so you don't hurt her feelings! Fuck! I'll go out for breakfast! Yes, go out for breakfast. That sounds like a better idea. Is there somewhere we can go out to get breakfast? We should really save the Mabel Cakes until your great uncles get back. I know they wouldn't want to miss them. But I want to perfect my recipe. I have to get better at cooking and baking and stuff so I can survive. Out there in the world. What if in high school I'll have to bake stuff and people are better than me? Don't worry, kiddo. People are already better at me than me at cooking. It's a curse we all have to live by. Mabel looks very agitated, tugging her hair with both hands. If I can't make the perfect Mabel Cakes, I can never be on Bad Dreams Dining. I gotta impress my mouth does not want to say that. Girl, Rambone, Amber. It's my destiny. Quick thing of something so you don't hurt her feelings. Man, I could have just bypassed all of this if I just asked Dipper if he could cook. Maybe Dipper can help you make something different. We should save the Mabel Cakes for another day, a more special day. But Amber... Mabel, still standing on the stepladder, reaches up and squishes your cheeks together, her eyes watering as she stares into your soul. Every day's a special day with Mabel Cakes! You glance at Dipper, making a please help me and I'll buy you breakfast face. You hope he understands. Yeah, Mabel. I know you want to cook more since you're... becoming an adult? Sure, but I don't think Grunkle Stan and Grunkle Ford should be here... Great Uncle Ford should be here to try them too, and not just me. Again. Mabel hops off the stepladder and ponders her brother's question, and lips pursed. Eventually she nods, beaming at you both. You're right, Dipper. I can't deny them that experience. You give Dipper a thankful smile over Mabel's head as she puts the ingredients back in the refrigerator. He grins back at you, rubbing the back of his neck. You wonder if he got that one from one of his grunkles. It's clever, now that you think about it. Great plus uncle to make grunkle saves time on syllables. We should go to Greasy's. They have some of the best pancakes there, with like 3 different kinds of maple syrup if you ask Lazy Susan nicely. Yeah, it's not super full. Let's go! The kids are about to head out of the kitchen when you realize something. Wait, aren't you gonna leave a note for your grunkles about where you're going? Alright, good call. Dipper scribbles out a note for Stan and Ford and sticks it on the front door of the shack with one of Mabel's stickers. The kids lead the way towards the town, explaining various landmarks and the wild and wonderful stories attached to them along the way. And this is where we saw those 2 ghostly old people. In a convenience store? Strange, but you nod regardless. Maybe she just meant they were so old they looked like ghosts. Though, after what you've heard about Gravity Falls already, you could believe they were real ghosts. Dipper points out the diner in the distance, a log-shaped building atop of a train cart, and the 3 of you head inside. You soon realize that the kids know just about everyone in this town. Several people, young and old, wave at them as the 3 of you find a table, and you get the feeling that they're almost famous in Gravity Falls, though you're not entirely sure why. They're pretty cute though. Mabel blows the paper wrapper of her straw at Dipper's face, and he retaliates by swatting her with the laminated menu. An elderly woman in pastel pink waitress dress comes up to the table and you catch the name on her tag, Susan. Hiya, kids! And stranger, what can I get ya? Her voice is based off of what I remember, and I feel like it's more going towards Fiddleford territory. Pancakes and 3 syrups for me, please, Lazy Susan? Oh, all 3 syrups for me. Same for me, actually. Lazy Susan turns to you, notepad in hand. What will you get? You know what? It's been a bit since I got pancakes, so we can't go wrong with pancakes. Coming right up, sweetie. Lazy Susan winks, with her good eye, of course, and heads to the back of the diner. Though the wait for your food to arrive feels longer here than most, mainly due to Mabel and Dipper using this time to interrogate you. At first, it seems somewhat intimidating. You literally crash into their house and start hanging out with their great uncles, so they have lots of questions. Once the irrational fear of two 13-year-olds fades out, you recognize their interview for what it really is. They care about their uncles. If you do start hanging out with them more, they want to know as much about you as possible. Mabel's questions are somewhat nonsensical.
So, if you were stranded on a desert island with no boat, no cheating, what would you take with you?
While Dippers are more careful and calculated. What were you doing here before you came here? School? Work? Both? Neither? Did you know about Gravity Falls before you crashed into the shack? These kiddos. You immediately knew which grunkle each twin takes after. Stan and Mabel, goofy partners in crime, versus the quiet brainiacs, Ford and Dipper. It's an intriguing contrast, especially now that you're thrown into the middle of the bunch. But as the twins race to see which syrup bottle drips into their mouth the fastest, Dipper's blueberry syrup beats Mabel's classic maple by half a millisecond. You swear on it. You know that these kids do a lot more for their great uncles than just be cute counterparts.
And here we go. Enjoy, kiddos. Let me know if you need something else.
Susan gives out their respective plates and the kids go quiet, shoveling down their food like they've never been fed before. Between mouthfuls, you get a few more questions about yourself and your theories on aliens versus which member of M synchronized was your favorite. But the table is near silent as the three of you eat. That is until Mabel speaks through a mouthful of pancakes.
So Amber, if I totally made up and not a real situation, in a totally made up and not a real situation, you had to pick who your favorite was, who'd you pick? Grunkle Stan or Grunkle Ford?
This seems too planned compared to her other cutesy questions. Dipper elbows his sister not so subtly, and she elbows him right back. Wide eyes staring at him in a sibling linked look you can't decipher.
Like, say, you're in a movie, like one of those weird movies Grunkle Stan watches on TV with ladies in poofy dresses riding horses.
Awfully specific, but you let her continue, taking another bite of your food.
You're the main character of this movie, and you got two guys who are both madly in love with you.
This one doesn't mess around with getting right to the point, huh?
But you could only marry one of them, so you could be the next in line for the throne. What would you do? If Grunkle Stan and Grunkle Ford were your choices, who would you go with?
Mabel, that's kinda weird, isn't it? Like, really weird and kinda gross.
Oh, come on, Dipper! This is important information! It's vital to my research!
What research?
None of your business, yet. Let me try that again. Let me read that line again, okay? None of your business. Yet. But I'm still gathering other research.
Mabel leaned towards Dipper's ear to whisper, wagging her eyebrows at you before she replies. And not a whisper, but quite the opposite.
Research about how you're a huge nerd!
And with that, Mabel catapults the spoonful of melted butter from atop her pancakes onto Dipper's cheek with a very satisfying splat. Dipper jerks in disgust, but retaliates by smearing strawberry syrup onto Mabel's nose, a drop of stickiness plopping onto her sweater.
Ew, gross!
You're gross. There is no vitriol between the twins, but a lot of giggles and more various food missiles. Eventually syrup streaks Mabel's cheekbones and some of her hair, and Dipper has a small piece of pancake stuck to his face. You guys are dorks.
Maybe you're right, but we're twins, so it's adorable.
If you say so, Mabel.
Wait, quick! Amber! Take a picture with us while Dipper's got pancake on his face!
I have what? He swipes quickly at his face. After several passes, gets it off.
I was trying to get more candid pictures of us.
Mabel, you have syrup. Oh, wait. Mabel, you have syrup everywhere.
Really? Ugh. Then it would have been a perfect photo.
Here, let me get it. Your hands are sticky enough. You get back up with a napkin in hand, try to wipe some of the syrup off of Mabel's cheeks. Then excess syrup swipes off easily, but a good portion doesn't budge. I mean, maybe syrup as makeup is the new look. Ah, say! That's one word for it, kid. That's too gravelly. We wondered where you went once we came back to a suspiciously quiet house. If it wasn't for Dipper's note, we would have been worried. Sixer would have been worried. I try to tell him you kids pull this kind of stuff all the time, heading out unannounced, putting stress on your poor grunkle's heart. He puts a hand over his heart dramatically. All of those missing hours of unpaid child labor. Actually, the note wasn't me. Well, I wrote it, but Amber's the one who said we should, so that you know where we went. Both Ford and Stan turned to look at you, surprised. Really? I figured these two knuckleheads dragged you here. Why not make breakfast at home? This place is at least a 15-minute walk from the shack. Whoa! You glance at Dipper, swiping his finger across Mabel's cheek and licking the blueberry syrup off. Mabel has a pancake in her mouth, chewing on it like a grazing sheep. I wanted to treat them to something, I guess. It's the least I can do. You guys are letting me stay with you and fixing my car. I thought since you were gone, I'd take these two out for a change. Also, Mabel was gonna make Mabel Cakes again.
You're just mad you couldn't even make toast right.
Well, yes I can! I burnt it one time! One time! Dipper holds his tipped finger in the air, indignant. Well, Mabel wanted you guys to enjoy her Mabel Cakes too. And since there wasn't much food, I figured I'd take them out. Stan snatches the pancake from Mabel's mouth and takes a bite out of it, cackling when she stands on the seat trying to grab it, climbing over Dipper to reach it. Aside from the kerfuffle, you catch Ford's eye. Wait, was he staring at you? As soon as he realizes, he quickly sets his gaze elsewhere, looking over your head and out the window. You'd say that he's probably just shifted his attention, but his fingers hook under the high neck of his sweater and tug at it. Ah! Well, Amber, I really appreciate you looking after Dipper and Mabel for us. It was very kind of you to bring them here. Oh, it wasn't a big deal, really. I'm happy to help. You smile at him, pretend you didn't feel how warm your face is. Maybe it's just hot and Greasy's. Ford looks close to the shade of his sweater. Dipper mumbles, ow, and you catch Mabel elbowing his sides, waggling her brows at him. You're not sure why. Well, kid, if you're paying, scoot over, Dipper. I want breakfast too. Stanley, it's at least 12:30 now.
Grunkle Ford, that means it's time for brunch, duh!
Mabel got a point. See, this kid gets me. Now let me in so I can get some grub. Dipper moves to your side of the booth as Stan sits next to Mabel. Ford sits at Dipper's side. Lazy Susan comes back and takes orders for another round of food and drinks for everyone, including Mabel, who decides she wants more pancakes. She started to regret offering to pay, but as Stan and Mabel try their hands at the syrup drip race with Dipper cheering them on, Ford watches with a wide grin on his face. You know you don't really mind that much. And we'll stop here because I've been recording for 19 minutes. Oh shit, I just threw my kitchen timer. Well, I've been recording for 19 minutes now, so we should stop here for the time being. And we will pick this up on a later note. Okay? Okay. I'm sorry that these endings seem rushed, but it's because I really want to end these quickly so I can start it up again, so I can start playing the game again, because I'm actually having a really fun time. So, yeah. I'll see you guys next time, next episode, whatever that may be. Bye-bye. I love you all so very much. Ba-ba-ba-ba.